Hello students. In the first class of real numbers, we learnt about the classification of number systems. And now, in the second class, we are going to learn one interesting property of the numbers, and that is Euclid's division lemma. Let us look at the title, Euclid's division lemma. See, what is a lemma? Basically, lemma is a Greek word and it means a received gift. That in the sense, in Greek, lemma means a gift. And now this Euclid's division lemma is a gift given by Euclid for mathematics. And when you think about Euclid, a legendary mathematician from Greek, and he is well known for his works in geometry. Not only for geometry, he also worked for numbers. He recorded this Euclid's division lemma in book 7 of his work Euclid's Elements. And now we are going to learn such Euclid's division lemma in this class. See, if you think about this Euclid's division lemma, the next thing is division. See, this Euclid's division lemma is nothing but just a restatement of our long division process, which we are using from many years, and that long division process is restated as Euclid's division lemma. And now, to introduce this Euclid's division lemma, I will start with an example. First, suppose if I have 20 chocolates to distribute for 3 students equally. How can I distribute these 20 chocolates to those 3 students equally? Look at this. See, student 1, student 2, and then student 3. I am going to distribute 20 chocolates to these 3 students. I will start the distribution. First chocolate to the first student, and next chocolate to the second student, and another chocolate to the third student. Since my intention is distribution of those chocolates to the students equally, I will do the work equally. See, each student gets 1 chocolate now, and then I will start giving more chocolates, another chocolate to the first student, and then for second student, and then for the third student. Likewise, if I distribute the 20 chocolates with me to these 3 students one by one, and I will distribute 18 chocolates like this. Each student gets 6 chocolates, and after the distribution of these 20 chocolates to the 3 students equally, I left with 18 chocolates are distributed, and then I left with 2 more chocolates. See, just pay your attention on this, the remaining chocolates. These 2 chocolates are the remaining chocolates with me. Is there any possibility to distribute these 2 chocolates for these 3 students equally? Absolutely no. Because there are 3 students, but I have 2 chocolates to distribute. If the remaining chocolates are more than 3, again I will continue the process of distribution till to remain with the chocolates which are less than the number of students. And this idea arises the concept of Euclid's division lemma. We can illustrate this complete distribution process with the usual division process in such a manner. Look at here. First, suppose I have 20 chocolates and I wish to distribute, see, these 20 chocolates to the 3 students equally. And that's why if you divide that 20 with 3, then 20 divided by 3, 6 is 18, and you left with 2 as your remainder. This 2 represents the remaining chocolates at the end, whereas this 3 is the number of students, and 20 is the number of chocolates with me to distribute, and this 6 is the number of chocolates for each student. as we discussed in the example, I distributed 20 chocolates to 3 students equally, where each student gets 6 chocolates and I left with 2 chocolates. And this is the illustration of the example through our division process. And already we know that we call this 20 as dividend and this 3 as divisor. You learned naming all these parts of the division as dividend, divisor, quotient in your earlier classes, and this 2 is the remainder. And this division, dividing 20 with 3 leaves a remainder of 2. We will rewrite this division like this: 20 is equals to 3 into 6 plus 2. Have a look at this. This 20 is equals to 3 into 6 plus 2. Such representation is possible for every division, and this is termed as dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Look at this. We know that the remainder should be less than this divisor. As we mentioned in the example, if you left with the chocolates which are more than 2, again I will continue the process of distribution. Since I left with the chocolates which are less than these 3, then there ends my process of distribution. See, that in turn represents in division that the remainder should be less than the divisor, and this dividend is equals to divisor into quotient plus remainder, and this division process is well known for all of us from our earlier classes. And this division arises the idea of Euclid's division lemma. Let us see what is Euclid's division lemma. Now let us see the statement of Euclid's division lemma. See, lemma is mathematically a statement which is used to prove some other properties, and Euclid's division lemma is such a statement which is used to prove many other properties of the numbers. And the statement is like this. Look at this. Given positive integers a and b, positive integers a and b are given, and for the given positive integers there exists unique pair of integers q and r. See, for a given positive integers a and b, there exists a unique pair of integers q and r satisfying the rule that a is equals to bq plus r and that r is in between 0 and b. Look at this. Actually, given two positive integers a and b, and we need to identify, we need to search for q and r such that a is equals to bq plus r. Whether we find out such q and r or not, we need to check. Let us check with the numbers what we discussed earlier. For suppose if the given positive integers are 20 and 3, as we discussed in the previous example. For suppose the given positive integers are 20 and 3, as a notation here to discuss the Euclid's division lemma, I am considering that a as 20 and b as 3. Now look at this. The given positive integers are 20 and 3, and now I need to identify q and r. I need to represent this 20 and 3 in such a format that a is equals to bq plus r. Look at this. If you replace this 20 and 3 in that a is equals to bq plus r, it becomes like this. 20 is equals to 3 times of q plus r. Look at this. See, we don't know about this q and r. We need to search for q and r. See, in the way of searching, I will just replace this q with different integers because they mentioned that these q and r integers. And in particularly, for suppose if this q is 0, what will happen? Look at the statement, 20 is equals to 3q plus r. And now my task is identifying q and r, whether q and r available or not. That's what we need to discuss. And the next thing is, how many pairs of q and r are possible, whether they are unique or not. That's what we need to discuss. And now see, if you replace q with 0, what will happen? If q is equals to 0, then we will write the statement as 20 is equals to 3 into 0 plus 20. 20 is equals to 3 into 0 plus 20 is clearly of the format a is equals to bq plus r, but it fails in satisfying the restrictions on this r. See, if q is equals to 0, then when you compare this 20 is equals to 3q plus r value is 20. Since r value is 20, that 20 is not less than 3. Look at this, we need to search for q and r such that whether it satisfies this property or not. See, it looks like of the form a is equals to bq plus r, and at the same time we need to think about r also. Here r is 20. Since r is equals to 20, which is less than 3, is a wrong statement. Since it is a wrong thing, this representation is not correct according to the Euclid's division lemma. And now check with q is equals to 1. If q is equals to 1, we will write it like this. 20 is equals to 3 into 1 plus 17. Is it right? 20 is equals to 3 into 1 plus 17. And now this 20 is equals to 3 into 1 plus 17 is again of the form a is equals to bq plus r. But if you check the restrictions on this r, that r should be less than b. Here our r is 17 and already b is given as 3. Since 17 is not less than 3, this is also not the correct representation according to the Euclid's division lemma. Likewise, we need to check by taking different values in the place of q. And for suppose, if you take q is equals to 2, and this is 20 is equals to 3 into 2 plus 14. See, look here. Here again, this 14 is our r, and which is not less than this b. So again, this is not a correct representation according to the Euclid's division lemma. Likewise, if you continue, you may write that 20 is equals to 3 into 3 plus 11. And we have a chance to write 20 is equals to 3 into 4 plus 8 just by replacing q with different naturals. I mentioned here a statement by taking q as 0, and here q as 1, and here q as 2. If q is 3, this is the representation. It again fails because this 11 is not less than 3. And if q is equals to 4, this is the representation, and our r is 8 from here, and this 8 is not less than b. This is also not a correct representation according to the Euclid's division lemma. And then move further, then 20 is equals to 3 into 5 plus 5. Still it again fails. And if you write this 20 is equals to 3 into 6 plus 2, right? 20 is equals to 3 into 6 plus 2. Now just pay your attention at this statement that 20 is equals to 3 into 6 plus 2. This is of the form a is equals to bq plus r. And now check the restrictions on this r. And when you compare this 20 is equals to 3 into 6 plus 2 with a is equals to bq plus r, our r value is 2. And clearly that r is equals to 2 is less than the given b, which is 3. And that means this is the correct representation according to the Euclid's division lemma. And if you try by replacing q with 7, if you replace q with 7, then it becomes like this. 20 is equals to 3 into 7 minus 1. Likewise, we have many possibilities to represent, but here if you look, the r value is minus 1. But according to the statement of Euclid's division lemma, our r should be in between 0 and b. Here since r is minus 1, that minus 1 is clearly less than this 3, but it is less than 0 also. Our r should be in between 0 and b, so again it fails in satisfying the statement of Euclid's division lemma. And at the end, if you write different equations like this by taking different values in the place of q, you will get different representations in such a format: A is equals to BQ plus R. But among all those representation, there is only one representation which satisfies this restriction on R. And here such equation is 20 is equals to 3 into 6 plus 2. And finally, what Euclid's division lemma states us is, for every given pair of positive integers A and B, there exist unique integers Q and R satisfying such representation. By taking different integral values in the place of Q, we have many representations of the form A is equals to BQ plus R, but among all those representations, there is only one representation where the value of R is in between 0 and B. For the given positive